Hi, Taylor T. Carlson here. As a diehard fan of Ronnie James Dio, I'll never get tired of the guy's music. Losing him in 2010 was certainly one of the biggest and most crippling blows to the rock and metal community. But I am happy to see that several years ago, Eagle Rock gave one of his most legendary concert films an overdue Blu-ray release. What I'm talking about today is Finding the Sacred Heart, live in Philly, 1986. I'm going to unbox this release and I will share my opinions. There's the cover with Ronnie and his dragon in the background. I actually got this autographed by all the members of the band other than Ronnie that appeared on this release. Vinny Appice, Craig Goldie, Claude Schnell, and the late Jimmy Bain. We do get a pretty decently sized booklet in here as well. This has some cool photos. There's also an essay from late rock journalist Malcolm Dome, so that's very cool. Here we have our actual Blu-ray disc of the concert. And underneath we just have like art of fire. I wish they'd done something a little more here, maybe given us a panoramic shot from the concert or something. I'll read the description of the concert as follows from the package. Restored from the original film and with remastered sound, Finding the Sacred Heart presents for the first time this classic Dio concert from 1986 in its entirety and restored to the original running order. It's an extraordinary live show with a giant animatronic dragon towering over the stage, spectacular lasers and pyrotechnics. Ronnie James Dio is in fine voice as ever, and the band deliver a blistering live performance featuring tracks from their first three albums alongside Black Sabbath and Rainbow classics from Ronnie's past. For a Dio fan, this is not to be missed. If you are a fan of Dio, of course you know that Sacred Heart was Dio's third album, and it was the final one to feature original lead guitarist Vivian Campbell. Campbell, of course, would go on to become the guitarist for Def Leppard. And this is just far enough into the tour that Campbell had left the band, or been fired, depending on who you ask, and they brought in the replacement guitarist Craig Goldie, formerly of Jufria. So you have a lineup of Ronnie James Dio, Craig Goldie, Jimmy Bain, Claude Schnell, and Vinny Appice. That's a great lineup of musicians right there, as anyone who knows these names absolutely knows. And it's a great set list, of course, primarily composed of songs from the first three Dio albums, but then you stretch back a little farther and have a few tracks from his times in Rainbow and Black Sabbath. Ronnie James Dio is one of my all-time favorite frontmen. He always knew how to deliver these songs and do what it took to bring them to life on stage. And of course, there's more than just the music this time around. This was a full-on, big stage production with a huge medieval castle with dueling knights, a giant dragon, a working drawbridge. You kind of have to see this video for this to speak for itself, and you can get an idea of the sheer spectacle that Ronnie cranked out for this tour. We even get a sequence of Ronnie picking up something resembling a lightsaber and slaying the dragon. And we even get a drum solo from Vinny Appice, partially in the dark, in which he uses glow-in-the-dark drumsticks. This show, from start to finish, just never lets up. As a diehard Dio fan, I can easily say this is one of his greatest performances that was ever captured on film. This was actually filmed by the NFL's camera crew, so again, no expense was spared not only in putting on the show, but also in filming it as well. Unfortunately, the picture quality on this disc is not the best. It just looks a little flat. It barely looks better than a DVD. I don't know if the source material is just not in the best of shape, or if this is just due to the limitations of filming this back in the day. It's not a great looking disc, although there are a few moments where the Blu-ray does give you a little bit of an extra punch with the colors and the detail. Just don't come in here expecting something that's going to look crystal clear or like a demo disc for your home theater. There's even several bonus features in this package as well. We get the music video for the song Rock and Roll Children. We get some promos with Ronnie James Dio talking about this tour as it was going on. And we even get some pretty humorous behind-the-scenes footage, in particular a scene where Vinny Appice becomes very angry because someone backstage had eaten all of the meatballs that he wanted to have. That absolutely must be heard to be fully appreciated. You won't be disappointed with this package if you're a fan of Ronnie James Dio. It's a great concert. You get some nice bonus features as well. Probably the only area it's a little lacking is the picture quality. But just being able to have this concert on home video, I think, is worth it to fans of Ronnie James Dio. Are you a fan of Dio? Do you think this Sacred Heart performance is one of the greatest Ronnie James Dio ever did? Did you pick up this Blu-ray? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content. I'm always posting new videos. And make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.